Good morning and Namaste, my friend, and welcome to Namaste Today in the Zodiac Weather. My name is Stepº Witecki. I call myself the Sensei to Sirius Joy. I'm here to stand in my heart and walk in the light. Such a pleasure to light walk with you today, my friend. I'm love casting live in 5 dimensions on this beautiful Temple of Gaia on Thursday, February 12th, 2015. And today I'm expecting some interesting breakthroughs in your life because Step 23 rules the day. Not just Step 23, but the 23rd step in Aquarius. This is when we really start to see the light. And because it's Aquarius and what Aquarius is about, to me this is reinvention. That's why I've chosen this lotus flower here. A lotus flower is so beautiful and spiritual because it can grow in the middle of a swamp. Something beautiful comes out of something dark. We can reinvent ourselves out of nothing. We have the power of creation on earth in our hearts. So today we embody that. And I'll talk about, in the Sensei Sunrise, the architecture of incarnation and how to capitalize on that and how to coach you along the stream of consciousness. But before I do, let's first tame our brain, shall we? With the phrase of the day. Today I feel my passion and I believe in where it's leading. Today I feel my passion and I believe in where it's leading. Now you want to make sure that when you say this and you affirm this, that you do feel your passion. This could be your excitement for something that you feel coming in the future, something you're calling into the present. And it's also important to feel that you believe in this, that your heart is behind this, that this is what you believe the way it should be. Don't worry if it hasn't been done before. Don't worry if everyone says you're not correct. Okay? If your heart believes in it, in the power of creation, it is so. So we want to feel our passion today, and we want to believe in where it's leading. I believe in this direction, I feel it. And so it is. I thought so. So the serious step of the day is Step 23 Aquarius, and the architecture of incarnation is as follows. Once we hit Step 20 in any transit, we are now feeling what we are becoming. That's the premise of every day when we wake up. And we are feeling what we are becoming where we belong, because it's Aquarius. So we're feeling where we're becoming and where we belong. Very futuristic, Aquarius is, kind of navigating and mapping where we go. And today we add our beliefs, all right? And adding our beliefs leads to a new conclusion, Step 5. So in essence, these are the 3 dimensions of life, all right? The first dimension is the mind, the second dimension is the body, the third dimension is the spirit. So today, basically, the way this works is, in your mind, you are actually feeling what you are becoming. That's what you're mindful of. That's what you are, and your mind includes your spirit's thoughts if you listen. So the mind is not just thoughts. It's also your spiritual intuition pouring in, all the information pouring in to the mind. So we are mindful of our feeling that we are becoming something, going somewhere. And then we embody our beliefs. We bring that into our body. That's the second dimension. So I believe it and I embody it today. All right? And when you believe it and you feel it, embody it, you will then reach a new spirit about you. And spirit's a little misleading. It's the third dimension. And we think of spirit as just the soul. But spirit is that spirit in the baby's eyes. Spirit is emotion and all of it coming together in one brilliant, beautiful sparkle in the present. That's what spirit is, which embodies the soul and embodies the body both. It is our spirit within us, right? So our third dimension is our spirit, mind, body, and spirit. And today, our spirit, the moment in us, the moment that we create, this is why this the ruling state, the mind, will be this very thoughtful conclusion about ourselves. A conclusion that we reach perhaps at the end of the day, a conclusion that we may have already reached, but today we can feel it becoming and believe in it. All right, so it's a different energy. And because it's Aquarius, and because we are navigating to our own individuality, it could very well be a profound conclusion, one that we have avoided for a long time, but in our hearts know is true. So how does this work with the spinning of the chakras? Looking at our color therapy, it all begins in yellow and ends in yellow. You'll see, I feel that I am becoming. That's our third chakra, so our third chakra is lit up. You can feel those butterflies in your stomach, the excitement of what you feel you are becoming. And then we add our beliefs. So we add our vision for how we think. So I feel I am becoming, and I believe it's true. I believe it's my destiny. I believe I am the one. I believe I was meant to. I believe, I believe, I believe. That's all of our indigo. This is why indigos are a pain in the arse. Indigo generation. And then this, whoops, we went to one. And then that leads to what we think. And what we think is back in yellow. So it's yellow, indigo, yellow today. That's basically the traffic light of the day, right? To go up to our vision and back to our core, and up to our vision and back to our core. And energetically, that's between we feel and what we think. And obviously, if you align what you feel and you think, you will not have any tummy aches. Now, that's what I was jumping to. You definitely want to ground yourself today. Do some deep breath work and exhale through Mother Earth and ground yourself like a hot air balloon. And we are also going high, high, high. So definitely ground the top of your crown and let the past dissolve away and let the future be unlimited possibilities. So let's take a look at the timing of things now in the cosmic clock. So funny. I have this thing where I always see the time at 11 after. So in this little moment I look at the time, it's 11 after. Today we are at step 23 Aquarius. And step 23 is now nearing the exciting degrees of the transit. This is where it really starts bouncing off the walls. Mercury is direct if you didn't hear, and that means that we are now focusing forward. Today Mercury is still at step 1, so we're still mindful of our hearts as we move ahead here, and mindful of our hearts about where we belong. Mindful of the core, like I don't belong on that bus, I don't belong in that class. So our mind is kind of being mindful of the base of what it has to be, the fundament of it all. So, and it's probably good to be mindful of the fundament. So it's like if you are in your zodiac, whether you find that you are light casting, well, I'll just use my own example, career. Well, the fundament of my career is that I belong teaching spiritually. The fundament of my career is now how it unfolds is going to still be told in the future. But I'm clear on my fundaments. So be clear on your fundaments today. Whoops, I just jumped way ahead. There we go. Sorry. So, looking at this dynamic, this is also part of the day. The moon is crossing Saturn, which is at step 4. Now, step 4 is kind of the nuclear degree. It is the I belong degree. So this is where people shift gears in I belong. And we are shifting gears with what we believe. So it's not just that we are going with our beliefs. It's likely that we're going with a new belief, or a fresh belief, or a belief we have not allowed to be at the forefront of our consciousness, right? Like we always believed this when we were kids, and now maybe we're picking that back up now. That would be an example of one that was squashed, and now we're letting. We're getting past the self-limiting beliefs, and at any point you might have a hallelujah moment. Now the moon crossing Saturn means our feelings catch up to this. So we either get excited, or if you feel very doomed today, if you feel doomed and trapped and it's never going to change, well then you haven't gone through your Saturn step 4 breakdown. That is your breakdown, that feeling of doom, because you are still living in the old system. So there's a whole new promised land. And if you need an example of this, think of the United States. There was the United States in the colonies when it was part of Great Britain, and there was the United States that became independent and free. And it created rules and new philosophies about its diplomacies, right? And how it treats citizens and all these things. In this way, each individual on Earth is going to have a declaration of their own independence. They're going to write their own constitution, and they're going to decide what they believe in the next 2.5 years with Saturn in Sagittarius. With the moon crossing Saturn at step 4, this basically is the Boston Tea Party. Okay, where it's like, oh no, those colonists aren't going to be chilling out. I think they're going to revolt. I think they're going to be a problem. I don't think this is going to work out. And we start to look for a conclusion. You'll see on a global scale that we now begin to really debate some primal beliefs about humanity, which is a debate that has long been needed in my Lightwalker opinion. And this might be from starvation to poverty to, gay marriage is obviously one of them that's been out for a while, but it's being settled in June, July. So it's like these core issues you'll start to see break open, and you'll see some old ones settling starting today and moving forward, really. All right, so this is what I jumped ahead to. This party in Pisces is all harmonizing at a perfect step 6 again. If you remember over the weekend when I was at the LA Conscious Convention, Conscious Expo, it harmonized at a step 6, and I have to say I witnessed so many spiritual miracles on that Sunday. I had so many times with goosebumps where I was just being overtaken by spirit when I was doing readings or connecting to people. It was just extremely, to the point where everyone was dizzy and had to walk out. It was that way. So we're kind of at that vibration again today, and here's how it kind of breaks down. So the sun is at step 23, making up our mind. And that's step 23, Aquarius. But I'm just kind of showing you where our heart is in comparison to Pisces. Pisces is all about step 6. Starting at the bottom, you have giving and receiving wide open with God speaking at step 6. Then we have Chiron, which is at step 15 that adds to a 6. So we're healing on 6, God energy open and focus, right? Now the focus of, then we have Venus, which is the master planet of step 6. All right, so step 6 itself is at step 20, which means that our giving and receiving is on a whole being brought up to a high, passionate 20 degree. And then Mars, our ego, is at 24, the highest 6 in the land, where we feel it, and we, step 4, Aquarius, belong higher. So this party in Pisces is doing a lot of the work underneath the seams to people's belief structure changes, to people's shifting of karma, changing of their story. We are wide open right now, folks, which means that if you ask, you will receive. And we'll talk about that a little bit in the Sensei Sunrise. So we're at step 23 today, and I just want to point out that tomorrow we move to step 24, which is where Mars is today. Kind of interesting how they're each, Mars steps a prep and we step. Mars steps a prep and we step. And you see that kind of little boogie going on with the planets and them helping each other. The moon is in Sagittarius, so these steps in Aquarius, as we calculate where we belong and where we believe we should be, we are basically feeling through the religion, or what I call the me-ligion, of it in the background. So let's look at how this builds up in more of a conscious level in the Sensei Sunrise. So we're talking about Conversations with God this month. This is the kind of book series of the month. This is going back to book 1. I want to bring up some profound conclusions that will shift and change your day. And this is all actually part of what I'm doing with the AIT and the Sirius Joy players right now, in the sense of really getting to the bottom of some of our conscious issues and going up. And for the next 40 days, if you're watching Namaste today, I'll be guiding you as well in this conversation with our own soul. So Conversations with God is the first book. Now today, this is an interesting quote that I wanted to put out there, which is that God says, your body was designed to last forever. Forever. Which we've known biologically. The oldest age cell is 7, and that's a bone cell. And we know every cell replaces itself all the time. So why do the cells die is the question. And God says, I designed your magnificent body to last forever, and the earliest of you did live in the body, virtually pain-free and without fear of what you now call death. So he goes into, in this part, like Adam and Eve and what that was about, and those first human beings on the planet, and in essence, we lived virtually pain-free and without any kind of fears. In essence, many things happened to the body and human beings' decisions. One was alcohol. The body was not meant to intake alcohol. It impairs the mind, says God. So the interesting thing here is then the author comes back, Neil Donald Walsh, and is like, in a very, I don't know if this guy's an Aries, but he's funny. But he's like, but what about Jesus, man? Jesus turned water into wine, And God was like, so who said Jesus was so perfect? So you see a lot of interesting stuff here. As far as like the debate of man and consciousness. But in essence, what God is saying in this first book is there's nothing you cannot be, there's nothing you cannot do, there's nothing you cannot have. We are in unlimited possibilities. So today, 2 things. One is, as far as living on earth, it's time for us to heal ourselves. It's time for us to come into our Chiron healing. That's definitely something I want you to include in your vision questing today, was that if you're having any issues in your body or health, if there's anything, you can become and heal anything. I believe that, and here's God's quotes about it. Also, if you're drinking alcohol, it hurts the body. The body was not designed to take that. And I think that's a very interesting point. Mankind, unfortunately, like if Jesus didn't, Jesus made mistakes, obviously, is what God's saying here. And I'm sure when Jesus got to heaven, God was like, why did you do the water wine thing? You know what I mean? Because now it's going to be in the Catholic religion, and they're going to be worshiping wine. And, and they're going to end up giving the Anheuser-Busch family too much power. And then they'll run for president, right? They're cousins. So at the end of the day, it's like our bodies are our responsibility. And just because we've done it for the dawn of time doesn't mean we have to continue to do it. And we can manifest and heal ourselves in anything we want. It's unlimited possibility in the world of creation. And today, as you're vision questing, I would like you to include some of those things in your future vision, that you're well taken for, that your body is living and reproducing and living off its fresh cells, and that you feel amazing on this planet every day and grateful to be alive in this wonderful experience. So today, for those in the Sirius Joy network at the moment, at 11:11, I'm going to text you a text that says, what is your body's healing experience? So in my learning, I have seen that you can kind of determine how good the soul is at manifesting in the body. Are they beginner, proficient, or master at it? And the masters are usually healers too, but that doesn't mean they necessarily are healing themselves. So I found that as well. So we'll text you 11:11 what level of experience your soul has incarnating in the body. And then at 3:03 p.m., which state of awareness is crucial to your personal healing. So there's always a ruling state, one that is the one in charge, and I'll tell you which one's in charge or who you have to negotiate in your 12 states awareness to get that healing begun. And if you haven't found Sirius Joy or signed up, we are going to be launching it wide in April with a free 7-day trial. You can sign up with your time of birth, your date of birth, and the correct spelling of your name at SiriusJoy.com. Make sure you have your cell phone with you. When we come back, I have your Zodiac weather and the rock and roll gospel of the day.
Having trouble in your love life? I have the answers. It's called Secrets of Birthdays, the Love and Lust Report. The biggest problem usually is people choose the wrong person. Not anymore. Find out your birthday secrets, available online at secretsofbirthdays.com.
Welcome back to Namaste today, and now for the rock and roll gospel. So today's rock and roll gospel is a flash to the past. That's what I've been doing lately, because we're looking at cool groups. Since we're in Aquarius, and Aquarius is about humanity coming together, I'm looking at cool groups, particularly in the past. Groups as in more than just the average band, and also that did more than just the average flavor. Today's one you may recognize, the Electric Light Orchestra with the song Strange Magic. Strange magic. The weird thing about that song is it actually takes you into the web of strange magic, But it is kind of an interesting vibration. I love this. I love their sound. And I'm actually doing a rock block. I'm actually doing 3 music videos from Electric Light Orchestra that are all interesting songs that kind of bring you into that magical mood. So you can just sit there and twinkle and look at the stars and think about your vision questing today. But before you vision quest, let's take a look at the moods of each of your brothers and sisters today. And I'm going to give you a little assistance, as I always like to. Today, I think with the moon crossing Saturn, you're going to be feeling different about something. If not today, by tomorrow. So we're going to change our feelings about something. We'll make a decision of a new course or current. So what are you feeling different about? Let's start first with step zeros, the Scorpios. Scorpios, sunny and productive today, but I believe you are starting to feel different about self-worth and self-confidence now. Step 1, the Leos, the royalty, sunny and childlike today. I think you're feeling different about love and your personal dreams. Step 2's the Cancers, sunny and hyper-aware, but you are feeling different about life and what it even offers. So really opening up the door, in this case for the Cancers, kind coming out of that shell. Step 3, the Sagittarius is sunny and cool with the moon in their sign, but you are feeling different now about your strength and potential character. Step 4, the Aquarius is sunny and social, but you are feeling different today about where you belong. So the Aquarius is doing what Aquariuses do. Step 5, the Geminis, sunny and sentimental with the moon in Sagittarius, but you are feeling different about how you treat yourself, how you talk to the twin, basically. Step 6, the Librans, sunny and in their heads today, going back and forth about something, but you are feeling different about what occupies the mind. I know, paradoxical, but there you go. If you find yourself wasting time, elevate that mind to a new thing. Step 7, Pisces, sunny and professional today. Feeling different, though, about your career and your future legacy. So, starting to feel different about where that fishbowl may go. Step 8, the Capricorns, cloudy, withdrawn, probably private today, but feeling different about your faith and spirit in the world. Step 9, the Aries, sunny and learning today, updating their belief structure purely. And you're feeling different about what you used to believe. So you might be feeling like, oh, I used to believe this, but now I feel like I believe that. Step 10, the Taurus is sunny, withdrawn, and private as well, but feeling different about how well you actually know yourself. I used to think I knew myself, but... Step 11's the Virgos, sunny, nesting, and resting today. Don't be surprised if you're extra tired. Whenever I have nest and rest here, folks, you're extra tired. I'm just going to remind people of that. But you're feeling different about your childhood and what it was, and you're feeling different, most likely, about what your real needs are. So moving on to the Lightwalker Parade. First of all, if you're watching on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe. It helps us with our relationship with them. And on Facebook, you can be our friend by coming to soulgarden.me. And you can get an email every morning if you join our email list at soulmart.me. And don't forget, Valentine's Day is coming up. I'm putting out a lot of Secrets of Birthdays Love and Lust reports for just $19.95. You get a little cute video about you and how you love or someone that you love. And all you need is their date of birth. So come on down to secretsofbirthdays.com for that. And again, if you want to join our free 7-day trial in April, it's SiriusJoy.com for that. And lastly, I just want to say I love you and I'm grateful for you. And I'll see you in 24 hours with more. Remember, live in your heart and live, love, be.
This is just so ironic.
So